my channel. Today I'm going to be giving you my top 10 tips for saving money. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Kat, and this year I've been traveling around the world to various different countries and continents, and in order to do all of this travel I had to save a minimum of £10,000, and I'm going to let you know how I did it. These tips will work no matter what you're saving for. Tip number 1, set yourself a realistic savings goal. You first need to work out where you want to go, how long you want to go for, and then how much money you're actually going to need in order to do that. Once you know these things, you're going to feel more motivated to actually save your money, because you're going to know exactly why you're saving it, and that if you don't, you're going to miss out on some things that you really want to do. Tip number 2, put a set amount of money away into your savings every single month as soon as you get paid. If you don't do it as soon as you've been paid, you delay it until, I don't know, a couple of weeks later, till you've bought that other thing, till the end of the month, you'll forget, or you just won't have the money. You'll have spent what you're supposed to be saving. It's really important to put that money away as soon as you get paid, and then you can clearly see how much money you have left to work with for the rest of the month. To work out how much money you'll need to save each month, just take your savings goal and divide it by the amount of months between now and the date when you want to start your trip. Number 3, look after the pennies, the pounds will look after themselves. Classic, this is what your mum always tells you, but what I mean by this is making small adjustments to your daily life to save money here and there. So for example, prepping your lunch every day for the week instead of going out when you're at work and buying it when you're there. Or instead of going out to the cinema, make a little cinema setup at home and get popcorn from the supermarket. Really small lifestyle changes like these can make a much bigger difference than you think. Number 4, use a banking app like Monzo and start a travel pot. There are of course other banking apps available. I just personally really enjoy using Monzo, specifically because of the feature of the pots. So this works where you'll have your normal current account, and then separate to that you can make up little pots of money within the app where you can separate out your savings. That money is then separate to what's in my current account, even though it's a part of the current account. I'm not explaining this very well, but when you go to spend money on your card, it will never come out of a pot. You have to physically move it out of a pot in order for it to come out of your card, and therefore it's a very efficient way of saving. And another jammy little feature, which again, I know it's available on Monzo, I don't know about other banking apps, but you can set your current account, so the card that you're using every day, to round up all of your transactions and put that extra bit of money that they rounded up into your savings pot. This way, you're saving money literally every day without even realizing it. Number 5, discipline. Do not take money out of your savings pot once it's in there. This is why it's so important to set a realistic savings goal for each month, so that it's really achievable and you don't find yourself falling at the first hurdle every month by taking money back out of your savings. Number 6, make sure your savings are in an account that is earning good interest. I usually find the best thing to do with this is check out Martin Lewis, the money expert, what's he called? Martin Lewis Money Saving Expert website, to find which account's going to be earning you the best interest at the moment, because it's changing all the time. And a little sneaky tip to add alongside that is sometimes banks literally give you money just for switching your account to their bank. So earlier in the year I saw on Martin Lewis that First Direct was doing this. They were paying 175 quid for anyone who would switch to their bank account. So I literally just switched. It was really quick and easy, and I got 175 quid for free. Number 7, don't succumb to peer pressure. If you're out for dinner with friends and you're purposefully eating cheap things on the menu in order to stay in a budget, just politely ask if you can pay individually because you're on a budget at the moment. I feel like there is a little bit of taboo surrounding this subject sometimes amongst some groups of friends, but I really hate that, because we have to remember that everyone's situation is different, everyone has a different salary, everyone has different struggles and also different priorities, and you're completely within your rights to say that you want to save money in a certain area and therefore you're going to pay for what you can afford in that moment. And the same thing can be applied, for example, if a friend invites you out for dinner and you could just say, oh, I'm on a bit of a tight budget, maybe we could stay in and cook dinner together. That will be a lot cheaper and you'll have just as good a time. Number 8. If you're lucky enough to receive gifts from family for Christmas or birthdays, then ask for only money and save it all. I know it can be difficult, especially if your family are giving you cash, to just put that money away and forget about it and not buy yourself anything with it. Sometimes what I do, once I've been given the money, I'll count up how much I have. I'll maybe put 10% aside for me to get something with, and I'll put the rest away in a savings pot. Honestly, once January comes around, I've forgotten about the money anyway, and my savings have shot up and I'm a very happy girl. Number 9. Be consistent. Try to get into the habit of making these small savings every single day or every single week, or your big amount that you're putting aside every single month. Once it's a habit, you won't even realize you're doing it. Okay, and finally we come on to tip number 10. Treat yourself every now and then. Similar to a diet, it's not sustainable to never eat chocolate or cake or pizza. You can't cut it out completely, and it's exactly the same with spending. Sometimes you need to treat yourself to something small, and that's absolutely fine. Just try to keep it to a minimum. That's it, that's my top 10 tips for how to save money, and using these tips is exactly how I managed to save £10,000 for my travel trip, so you can definitely do it too. It's important to say everybody's situation is different, so don't put pressure on yourself and compare yourselves to others. Just use my simple tips, calculate realistic goals, and you should be good to go. Thank you so much for coming to watch my video this week. Please leave a comment down below. Say hi, let me know if you're saving money for something, and if you have any more tips, please share them with all the other viewers. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips and tricks and more travel content, and I will see you next week with another video. Thank you very much. Goodbye.